Hey everyone, how's it going? In this video, let's take a look at how to sound like Limp Bizkit. So there was a little bit of a teaser there for you. Now, I have done some previous videos where I've gone over Wes Borland's guitar style techniques and also Wes Borland's tone. But in this video in particular, I want to show you how we can write a song like Limp Bizkit. So we're taking a look at the guitars, the bass, the drums, and the DJ scratching, and even some vocals. So let's first jump into the guitars. So for the guitars, I'm using my PRS Mark Mashok here. It's tuned to drop B. Now Wes Borland is generally in C sharp standard, but he does go down to B sometimes. And then for the amp tone, I'm using STL Tones Tonality Wes Borland. So this is an amp suite that replicates Wes's tones with the types of amps he uses and the pedals. Just to interject here, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps me and this channel, and I really appreciate it. Now let's jump back in. So let's jump in over here with the tone. So over here, I'm using the standard heavy 2 preset, which is a diesel VH4 amp on channel 3. Now let's talk about the sort of main riff. So I want this riff to have a lot of groove, but what I also want to do is I want to do those sort of whammy dive bombs that Wes does on his guitar. But as you can see, I don't have a whammy bar in here. So instead, I'm going to use my whammy DT pedal to do those sort of pitch down effects. So I'm shifting down 2 octaves with that to replicate the sort of sound and feel of a whammy on the guitar. And that sounds like this. So I've dual tracked those guitars, panned them hard left and hard right. Now let's talk about the bass. So for the bass, I'm playing a simplified line that goes over that guitar riff. And then for the bass amp tone, I'm using Neural Dark Glass, and I'm also adding in some slight EQ and compression. And this is what the bass sounds like. Now let's move over onto the drums. Now with the drums, John Otto has an insane amount of groove. So what I've done is I've programmed in a drum part, and I've also added about 40% swing there just to add that element of groove, or sort of imparting more groove into this programmed drums. So let me just play the drums for you so you can hear what it sounds like. And now with the guitars and the bass. Now, what would Limp Bizkit and nu metal be without some DJ scratching? So I found some DJ scratching samples that sound like this. I'll just play them back. Now with DJ Lethal, he actually took his decks and he plugged them into a guitar amp to saturate and overdrive them a bit more. So we're going to do the same thing over here. So I'm taking those DJ samples, I'm putting them through an instance of the Wes Borland amp suite. I'm going into the standard heavy 1 preset. I'm also adding in a slight bit of EQ, dipping it down over here so it doesn't sort of clash with the guitars, and then also some compression just to even out the dynamics on the DJ scratching over there. And that sounds like this. I've just added an extra sample over there where I'm adding in some delay that's just giving some repeats to the sound. So now let's hear what those DJ scratching sounds like over the guitars, the bass, and the drums. Now following on from this, I want to have a contrast with some clean tones, and there's some great presets within this amp suite over here. So I'm going for this My Way preset that is using a Roland Jazz amp, and then for the effects, it's going into this chorus flanger and this sort of DD3 delay, and it sounds like this. Now, with the drums, I'm taking the same type of groove and just dialing it back a bit. So we've got the drums and we've got the guitars that sound like this. And often Sam Rivers does some really nice melodic bass lines where he plays a lot higher up on the bass. So for this verse section over here, I'm going to create this sort of very melodic bass line that plays higher up on the fretboard. And it sounds like this. Now, after writing that sort of clean verse section, I had an idea for a pre-chorus that can sort of lead up to that sort of main heavy riff that's going to be the chorus riff. So we're going to have some clean guitars as well as some filtered saturated guitars that are just going to sort of build up, and then it's going to be this break and hit into the chorus. So you've got these clean guitars. Then I'm adding in these heavy guitars that are sort of filtered out. As you can see over here, I've just got this EQ shape that's filtering out the lows. Then I'm bringing in another heavy bit over here. And then let's bring in the bass and the drums as well as adding in some scratching over that as well. And that sounds like this. There's a break over here, and it's going to kick back into that big groovy chorus riff. Now, what would a Limp Bizkit song be like without some rapped vocals? Now, I'm not going to say I'm Fred Durst, but let's try add in some rap vocals. Before getting into rap vocals, let me just add in some low sung clean vocals in the way that Fred Durst would do it, sort of over my way. So I've got the section over here. What's also quite nice is to add in some sort of ad-lib rap parts that sort of have a counterpart to it. So I'm going to play this back and just unmute these vocals over here. So these are my sort of rapped bits over the clean vocals on the clean section. You get the idea. Now, for the pre-chorus section over here, I'm adding in some rapping, so we'll just play that back. You gotta say what you wanna say. That doesn't mean what you wanna do. I gotta do what I wanna do. And into the chorus. You got it, you got it. You got that focus on me. You got it, you got it. And I don't want it back. Okay, so that is the rapping vocals over the sort of main chorus section. As you can see over there, I've got my main vocal and I've added 2 extra duplicates that are sort of sitting just a bit low that main rap vocal. And I've got some extra ad-lib sections. For example, over here, I'm just going to solo the vocals. And I don't want it back! Oh, shit! You got it! You got it! And then another one over here. You got it! You got it! Yeah! And I don't want it! Okay, so that was my best sort of Fred Durst impersonation. So don't hate on me on that. I just want to add in some rap vocals to give that sort of rap metalcore feel. So now let's take a listen to the whole track. So you're going to see the new arrangement here with the sort of intro section, then into the main riff, then into the verse section, pre-chorus and chorus. So that's my how to sound like a Limp Bizkit video. How did I do? Did I come close? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I had a lot of fun with this. This was a really nostalgic period for me in the 2000s. Limp Bizkit were just basically everywhere. So it was really fun just to try and sort of map out this style and get all the production techniques in. So as you can see, you've got those guitars with those sort of whammy effects, then going into some clean sections with some delays and chorus. Then you've got the way that sort of Sam Rivers plays his bass. And then on top of that, the sort of vocal style that sits on top of it. So I hope this gave you some ideas on how you could write your own sort of a Limp Bizkit style tunes. Get in there, try it out. It really is a fun style just to really put everything together. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel or if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified of future videos. I'll catch you in the next one.